the brother. The application today. If the church can be this sacrificial concern for those in the church family, that will go far in attracting attention to those outside of the church family. See, people are outside looking in. And what do they see when they look in? The church. Say we had a glass-built wall, like we did on Sherwood Road. What would they see? Would they see true members? Or would they see pew members? Or would they see a few members? That will go far in attention. If we show the sacrificial love, it will go far in attraction of those outside the family. Jesus promised, by this shall all men know that you are my disciples. Of course, laying down our lives for the brother has no atoning value as the Jesus sacrifice, but it does manifest the sincerity of our devotion to God's family and to our family duty. Somebody say amen. Amen. If you can. All right. But whosoever hath this world's goods and beholdeth his brother in need and shutteth up his compassion from him, how doth the love of God abide in him? Y'all hear that, church? When we know that somebody else is special in the congregation, is in need, how can we know we got something that can help them? And where's the love? Show the love. Let brotherly love continue. This world's good stands for the necessities of life and livelihood. The woman with an issue of blood has spent all her living to no avail. Because of the cross, each Christian owes his life to every other Christian. Because of the cross, each Christian owes his life to every other Christian. John presents the absurd inconsistency of one who owes his life to a fellow Christian, but who will not share with one who owes but will not share with him a little food for his storehouse. Amen, somebody. How does the love of God abide in him? The question, being rhetorical, answers itself. There simply is no love. Then what feelings does the brother have who is derelict before his duty? Maybe John wants his readers to see the absence of his Christ-like love is akin to the king-like hate. My children, let us love not in word, neither with the tongue, but in deed and in truth. Verse 18. My children, neither, my little children, let us not love in word, neither with the tongue, but in deed and in truth. One author properly points out John's transition from the instrumental to dative from the instrumental words and with the tongue to the propositional in the deeds and truth. The impact is a way from empty words to tangible assistance. There are enough of those who love with words, only who love from the teeth out. There are enough of us who only love from the teeth out. Charity that is only verbal is hypocritical. Amen. Love that is only verbal is hypocritical. For it expresses agreement with the concept of agape, but neglects the practice. It is easy to give lip service to love, but it demands devotions parallel to the new commandment, to practice. But in deed and truth is really the only way true love can be manifested. That's right. If you love, keep my commands. And that's it. If you love, show your love. Don't just say you love, show your love. Love cannot be passive before need and still qualify for the title of law. Like James, faith without works is dead. The value of brotherly love. The value of brotherly love. Verses 19 through 21. Brother Jacob, verses 19 through 21. The value of brotherly love.
1 John chapter 3, verses 19 through 21 reads, "And by this we know that we are of the truth, and shall assure our hearts before him. For if our heart condemns us, God is greater than our heart, and knows all things. Beloved, if our heart does not condemn us, we have confidence towards God."
Amen. Amen. Hereby, thank you, brother.
Break that down.
Hereby. Oh, Brother Jackson, I want you to read through 24. Keep on. 24.
Starting at verse 22. "And whatever we ask, we receive from him, because we keep his commandments, and do the things that are pleasing in his sight. And this is his commandment, that we should believe on the name of his Son, Jesus Christ, and love one another, as he hath gave us commandment. Now, he who keeps his commandments abides in him, and he in him. And by this we know that he abides in us, by the Spirit whom he has given us."
Amen. The value of brotherly love. John writes, "Hereby we know that we are of the truth, and shall assure our heart before him. Because if our heart condemn us, God is greater than our heart, and knoweth all things. Beloved, if our heart condemns us not, we have not boldness towards God." These three verses must be studied. Brother Jinx read, must be studied together. If you read them, read all of them together. For they contain a common message about the Christian's conscience. John speaks of the heart 4 times in this context. Notice, first of all, that John wants the common message about the Christian's conscience. John wants the common message to be about the Christian conscience. John speaks of the heart 4 times in this context. Notice, first of all, that John wants to assure our heart. You see, that the heart, that the conscience either excuses or accuses you. The conscience just, you give information to the conscience, but the conscience says, I agree, or I don't agree, based on the good or bad information that you put in. Notice, first of all, that John wants to assure our heart, even when our heart condemns us. An assured heart is based on the fact that God is greater than our heart. And knoweth, thank you, brother, and knoweth all things. When God rules our condemning heart, then our heart condemns us not. The conscience is that God-given facility that monitors our actions and either accuses or excuses the right deeds. When we do not measure up to the standard of love, in 1 John 3:16, our heart condemns us. We agree with the duty of love and are committed to the practice of it, but often feel guilty because we have not loved as we ought. John does not want Christians to feel lost, even when they feel guilty for occasional lapses in our love assignment. Thank God. Our eternal destiny is not determined by the condemning judgment of our own accusing conscience.
Amen.
The Christian has reason to be assured, even when his conscience condemns him, for the simple fact, as John presents it, that God is greater than our heart. The greatness of God as our judge is the source of our insurance. Our conscience functions as a local justice of the peace. It condemns each failure of love. But John presents God as the Supreme Court that rules over the judgments of the petty court judge and pronounces acquittal. God does overrule the judgment of our conscience simply because our conscience does not condemn the failure. We would really be in trouble if the conscience does not condemn our failure.